Wow, thank you, Erika, for joining the Talking Library. I'm so excited to have you here because we are coaches, right? You coach people,
Right.
I coach people. So
Right.
excited. We think we
Right.
need more time to talk outside of this someday, right?
Right. Or we can just talk and share all our knowledge with the listeners. We can do that as well. So
Oh, we can talk about it all day long. So tell me a little bit more about what you do, because I know a little bit. It's better that you tell everybody what you do.
okay, so I'm a relationship coach. I help women to have a happy, love and fun marriage. So it's really as easy as that. Now listen, when I say it's easy, it is really easy. I really, to be in a marriage is easy. I think people just have too much drama around it that they don't make it easy. So yes, that's what I do. I help women to have a happy, fun, loving marriage.
Oh, that is so sweet. I mean,
No,
nowadays the breakup rate is quite high.
right, it is. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. What do? We watch Netflix, especially us living in Canada. Winter months is long. So what do? We watch movies. So we watch Netflix, Apple TV, and oh my gosh, there's too many to mention even. So, but what happened in all of these stories is that people have a fight and then they're upset with each other and they break up the relationship. In
I
all of
know.
these movies, go and watch it. That's what happened. But in real life, that's not what we can do. So the challenge is that stories and our realities is not the same. So now our kids is watching this, teenage girls, and they think that's how a relationship is. You can never fight. But the reality is that we do fight. And actually, a fight is amazing because an argument let you know the other person. So if me and my husband never argue, how will I know what he likes and what he dislikes?
Mm-hmm.
I will never know that, right? So it's just a matter of how do you fight? What words do you use? I always say like we have different manuals that we operate. Like you can be the dryer in the house. I am the washer, but the dryer and the washer have one goal. We're cleaning the clothes, right? So
Yeah.
in a marriage, it's the same. The one is the dryer, the one is the washer. We both have to have something that we have to do in the marriage.
You know what I got out from you at the very beginning when you start explaining to me what you do is you teach people how to fight in a different way.
Is that a message that comes through? I love it.
We,
I love it. Let's say that I teach people how to fight. The other thing is we fight in front of our kids because I want my kids to know how to fight. I don't know about you, Christine, but I've never learned from my parents the healthy way how to fight. So we didn't learn in school how to have good arguments. They don't teach you that in school, right? Yeah, so that's one of
I
the
know.
traits. If you can talk and you have good communication going, wow, you're on top of your marriage.
So you're talking about using fight as a communication tool. You have to learn how to communicate correctly
The
or the
right,
right way. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Hey,
and
but then I look at some of your history. Let's say you have quite a bit of stuff in you. You have a psychology degree. You're accountant. Oh, what else? What else didn't you do? You were
I was
second.
a radio host. I was a TV
Yes,
host.
yes, yes. I had it written down. I just couldn't find it. You host. You were the second command of one of the big international company,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes. So
So
I've done quite a bit of things in my life. So I went through the loops. But how I ended up in marriage counseling, I'm actually doing this from 2004 as a hobby. But I decided 2 years ago to do it full time. And it's my calling for life. That's what God called me to do, and that's what I'm going to do now permanently. Well, I'm doing it permanently. It all started really when me and my husband, we couldn't navigate through our marriage. We wanted to divorce. But what happened, and this is what's happening in so many marriages, Christine, is that we went through a traumatic experience. Now, in our case, our daughter was born at 29 weeks. So that was so traumatic. We didn't know, will she live? We didn't know, will she be normal? We didn't know what her abilities will be, physical, mentally, and all of that. So that we went through that. And for any marriage that went through a traumatic experience, something happened there. You need to talk, you need to go through that. Depression is coming in play, and all of that. So say for instance, your husband is losing his job. Oh my gosh, that's a traumatic experience. A sick child, a spouse that have cancer. There's so many things. The pandemic teaches us that this is also a traumatic experience for so many people, losing their businesses. So now to have that extra stress and your marriage, two people that cannot communicate about it, and then you create big drama. So that's what happened to us. I always say, my pain had eventually ended up in gain, because that's how I ended up in being a marriage coach. Is we worked through it, and me and my husband had spent like the past few years doing seminars, helping couples, and navigating them through what we went through. I've done, as you know, I'm a psychologist. I've studied psychology. I have a psychology degree. I've studied got my certifications in life coaching and specifically in relationship coaching. Still doing some more certifications. Can never have too many. And so that's what that's how I ended up in this profession.
So after that many years of you coaching people on relationship and marriage, the most common thing that people have in a marriage that they wanted to work on, is it communication or is it something else?
It really depends. Trust is one thing, but trust is something that you have to learn how to trust somebody else. It's somebody else have to do something, and then you trust him. But there's also ways that you can do that. You start with the small thing, trust your husband with the chores. But again, you have to communicate that to him, that you're going to trust him. And then communication. With communication, you can do anything. So like, if you want to change your marriage today, the advice that I will give you is be kind. Be kind. But with be kind, it includes everything else. It includes good words, nice words, serve the person, encourage the person. But yes, today I will say the biggest issue is communication and trust in our marriages. Really, those two things. If you want to change something, start by being kind, because that includes the whole spectrum.
Why do people have problem trusting their spouse?
The trust is broken. So I will trust you. You and me, we trust each other. You had made an appointment with me. I'm under appointment. You had sent an email to me. I replied back, said, hi, Christine, I didn't see your email. You replied back immediately. You see, there's a trust relationship that we had built with each other. You knew that today I will be on time. But now, say, for instance, let's use the same thing about time. Your husband's coming late home. He didn't let you know. So your trust is broken. So tomorrow, something else happened. And it starts with all these small things. It don't start with a big thing like he is going to get you bankrupt. Okay, there is cases like that as well. But it starts with the small things. You don't come home on time. You ask him to stop and doing something for you. He didn't do that. You ask him to take out the trash. He didn't do that. So now it's building up, it's building up, it's building up, So eventually it become a big thing. Now you don't trust him with the big things anymore. So, and again, there is things that your trust been broken by, affairs and all of those kinds of things, which take a little bit longer to build up, to get those trust back. That can take up to 2 years to get that trust back. There's people that spend all the money in their households, Again, now you want to trust him with money. There's some rules that have to be in place there before that can happen. So what I say to my clients is, will you ever talk to one of your friends that way? Will you ever swear at one of your friends and think tomorrow that friend of yours will be your friend anymore? I mean, if you talk to me like that, I'm not going to see you again, Christine, but we expect our spouse to see us the next day and be happy and nice with us. But that's not the way it works. So no, the same respect that I have for you as a friend, I will have to have for my husband. Even more, because I love this guy the most in the whole world. How can you not be kind to somebody that's kind with you? That's why I say, if you want to change your marriage right now, kindness, all that you say to yourself the whole time is be nice, be nice, be nice. So that it will change the whole relationship. And as I say, kindness is to encourage somebody. It's to speak good words. It's to serve somebody. To do things without any condition. Not, I'm going to wash your car and you have to do this. No, my husband talking about car wash. I hate to put gas in my car. I hate to do that. So he's always taking my car to the gas station before I have to drive. And that is something that I appreciate. And I don't do something back. You don't expect something back. But for me, my kind thing is I serve him food. He sits at the table and I put his food in the plate and I give it to him. And my kids always say, Dad can do that for himself. And I said, no, I want to do that. I love to do that.
Oh, that is sweet. I can see the love in your house. Yeah. Just like the washer and dryer, right? They have the same goal, but they do different things. Yeah.
The same goal. We make this marriage work. You do the gas, he's the gas guy, and I'm the food lady.
Oh, that is so sweet. You know what?
Yeah.
I think you mentioned it's easy. It sounds pretty easy. You just have to be kind.
Be kind. So now what am I? Is my niche now how to argue or just be kind? I don't know. What do I teach? It is my passion now to talk about a loving house. It is my passion. It's completely my passion because we're building legends. Okay. So for me, for my kids in my house, I want them to be happy where they are, right? So, and if they go out in the world and is happy people, can you think what they can contribute to the world?
Wow, that's so much in there.
That is my whole thing. I saw when we were at the point of getting divorced, how that destroyed my kids' life. So, and they were little at that stage, but it was so terrible for them, especially my little one. She just couldn't understand it. And so yes, for us, it's like building this legacies, that we have, and that our kids can go out in the world and just be happy, complete people. Because what will happen then, they will have happy, complete marriages as well. They learn from us how to fight. So
Exactly. Where do you want to go next?
The other day, somebody asked me the same question. I said, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to do what I do. I just want to save marriages. That's all.
Oh,
that's all that I want to do. And the more marriages I can save, and the more happy people I can see, the better. So
then you feel good.
That's my only thing. My only why is saving marriages. I don't have this whole thing that I want to be rich and making millions and have this relationship empire. No, one marriage at a time. So
you're so cute. You have one big mission and you're holding on to it. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I love that because you're
Let me show you how to fight.
I know, we had so much fun. And thank you, Erika Botha. If you have any questions, you can reach out to her. She is a relationship coach. Thank you for being with us at the Talking Library. See you next time.